Alright, today I'm going to show how to apply silicone elf ears. So these are silicone rubber. They are stretchy, they are very lifelike, they are waterproof. So if you wear a waterproof adhesive to apply them, you can go swimming in these ears. And if you wear them for a weekend event, you can go in the shower and forget you even have them on. The smaller ears are very comfortable to the point that you can forget you're wearing them. So, first thing when applying the ears is to get your hair out of the way. I've pinned my hair in pin curls just for the look I'm going for, but you can do a ponytail, you can do just bobby pins, or some other kinds of clips to keep that hair out of the way. I'm just going to take this pin out and kind of reposition it because the hair is quite close to the ear. So now it's out of the way. You don't want hair getting caught in the silicone glue. Otherwise, your hair will be stuck going through the prosthetic. And you can pull it out, but then until that silicone is cured, your hair will look greasy where that glue got on, so it's better to avoid it happening. So, I'm just lifting up that pin curl and putting it further back. It was pinned quite tightly to my head, but it loosens over time. I blow-dried my hair with the pin curls in, and that loosened everything up, so just repositioning those pins. The second thing is to make sure that your ears are clean from any oils or makeup. So you want to take a paper towel or a washcloth, something like that, and clean your ears using gentle soap that does not contain anything that will inhibit the curing of the silicone glue that I use, which is skin tight. And the instructions that come with skin tight will tell you what you need to avoid, but it will not cure if it comes in contact with latex or aloe, or I think there are a few other, there might be a few other chemicals. If there's oils or powders, the glue will stick to those things and not to your skin. So if your ears have powdered makeup on them and you apply that, that's just going to stick to the powder, not to your skin, and then fall right off. So I use Dawn dish soap. Really most soaps like that, absolutely fine. I use the plain original scent Dawn dish liquid because it's free of any skin conditioners and any other chemicals that would interfere. So I just have a bowl of the soapy water. And you also want to make sure that your ears are dry. That silicone glue is it's waterproof, so it won't stick to your skin if there's water there. It'll act as a sort of mold release and prevent adhesion. It might inhibit the cure if it really gets mixed in to the silicone, but more it just creates a barrier. Alright, so my ears are nice and clean, ready for gluing. They're just going to dry a little bit. If the ears have already been worn before, they might have dust or dirt or anything like that on the ears, so I'll just put them in water, wash them. You see, completely waterproof. If you wear makeup over the ear tips, sometimes it won't wash off very well with soap and water, but you can use makeup removers. Any makeup remover should be perfectly fine on the ear tips. There shouldn't be any skin safe makeup removers that would damage the ears. Okay, so paper towel for drying them on. Whoopsie-daisy. So, now you want to be careful with how you apply the ears. Once there's glue on them, it's harder to reposition them properly. So, first thing I do after my ears are clean and the prosthetics are clean and both are dry, I do a quick fitting of the ear, see what angle they sit at. Make sure to look in the mirror and see if I have to fiddle around the placing to get everything to line up the way I want. Then I will mix the glue and apply the glue. Okay, so these are dry. My ears are nice and dry. And again, some of your hair might just fall out of how you have it pinned, so just double check there. So so this got tucked back here. Because I did the dry fitting, I know that that's a possibility, so I know what I have to do to get them to fit the way I want. So this should line up here. This should line up with that ridge of your ear should line up with the counterpart on the ear tip. This line should line up as best as you can get it. And I noticed there's a big difference in color. My ears are very red. That is because of all the rubbing that I did with making sure my ears were clean. So, if your ears get red while you're applying the ear tip, make sure to give yourself some time for that skin to cool down before you go and apply makeup to blend them. Because if you have really red ears because you were doing all this work, and then you make the ear tip match, an hour later, your ear here is going to be it's going to be much paler than the ear tip. So give your skin time to calm down before making any judgments on color. But that fit is good, so I know how I have to angle it. If you have smaller ears, you may need to tilt them more downward to get everything to line up. And if you have wider ears, you may need to tilt them a little more upright. Okay, and I'll see how I'll do a dry run with this ear. Alright. And it's completely normal and natural for ears to have a bit of asymmetry. So one ear may fit better than the other. And you may have to work a little more on one of them. That's one of the benefits of trying them both on before you glue them. So, yep, alright. Now it is time for the glue. Now I use Skin Tight by Smooth On. And these are the sample bottles that I provide with every order. And they're free samples that I offer. I do not sell the glue itself, but with the instructions that I include in every order, I tell you where you can buy more. Oh, I think I want a little, I want a little more, because I'm going to do the left and the right pretty much at the same time. With a larger ear, they can kind of weigh themselves down. So you want to do one side, let it cure, and then do the other. But with smaller ears, you can do them together and save time. So, this, as I showed before, this is just this is a pocket that fits over the tops of your ears. Now, you want to apply glue to the inside of that pocket. So as well as putting the glue inside of the ear tips, also apply it to the ridge here, to this outer side of the ear, where the edge of the ear tip will be, to this end of the helix, which is the outer curvature of the ear, this ridge. So the corners and the edges of the prosthetic, where those sit, and the top of the ear. Now, this cures faster when there's heat, so this, because it's just on the silicone, will cure a little slowly. Once I put it on my skin, that speeds up the curing. So this stuff starts out as a gel, but it will cure into a rubber, much like the silicone that the ear itself is made with. Now, also use a paper towel to clean off any silicone glue that gets on the top of the prosthetic. I just press everything into place. Now, on the other ear, I will now apply the glue to the edges. So everywhere that this will sit, the edge of the prosthetic, where that will go, I'll make sure to put extra glue on the ear itself. And I'll put some on the top of the ear. I slide the ear into place. Make sure that no edges are folded over again, which happened more with this ear when I did the dry fitting, so I knew to watch out for it immediately. Now, while this is securing, I'm going to make sure that the other one stayed in place, which it has. Make sure this is pressed into place all along the edge. There's no gapping anywhere. And these are available on my web store, store.giggling.creations.com. I also have an Etsy shop, which has a limited selection. It does not have this particular style. So this can take up to 5 minutes to cure, but over that 5 minutes, it's getting thicker and thicker and less likely to fall off. But still, I would wait before doing any serious hairstyling. I may start pulling off the pin curls, especially the ones away from the ear. I'll start with the back. Alright. So that is just about done. When this is dry, and after I do my hair, I think I'll do the hair first. And that gives the ears time to cool down. I will then match the skin tones with either blush or powder foundation or both. So if you want to make the ear tips more red, you use blush. If you want to make them less red, you use powder foundation. If you just want to make your natural ear less red, you can apply powder foundation to that, of course. And an eyeshadow brush is really good at getting in that space if you want to make your ear less red here. Silicone. So those are staying on. So that's really starting to cure. It is safe to unpin the rest of my hair. I've taken most of the pins out, but the curls are really staying attached to my head. You know, my hair is normally curly enough for the kind of hobbit look that I'm going for, but with my short haircut, my hair doesn't really want to curl quite as much. So, here we go. Now, I'm getting off any excess makeup. Now, these have a bit of shine to them, and that can be fixed with a translucent powder or a very light dusting of powder foundation. Now, be careful when picking foundations or powders. If anything has a bit of shimmer to it, it can really sparkle on the silicone, even though it's not a sparkly foundation and it doesn't look sparkly on your skin. If it's got that slight bit of shimmer, it will be magnified. So, for translucent powder, this is what I use powdering the ears that I sell. I don't have any for my own personal use, so I'm not going to apply any to ears that are being worn. But it's Physician's Formula translucent powder. Yeah, just look for something that does not have any shimmer to it, unless you want the ears to sparkle. And for the darker ears, I have Mayibelline Fit Me, which is very highly pigmented, so I have to be very careful with it. It's easy to overpowder ears when using this, but it's got a nice range of dark skin tones, so you get that, you know, just rich brown skin tone and light brown and golden. And I offer ears in a whole range of colors. I have 5 skin tones that I sell the ears in, just stock colors, and then unlimited custom color options. Okay, so just a little more, and then I'm going to now, since I use powders on the ears that I sell and I use powders when applying makeup to myself, I make sure to keep all of my makeup completely separate. I store it in a separate area. I have a makeup box here on the table for my own makeup, and then that little tower for the powders that I use on the ears that I sell. Okay. So I will use this eyeshadow brush just to apply the foundation powder here. There, much better. And now I use the same eyeshadow brush with some blush. Now, the blush that I use is Maybelline Fit Me in Plum. Now, Plum is non-shimmery. Some of the colors in that same line do have shimmer to them. this is a nice kind of neutral color. It's very natural looking, at least on my skin tone. It may not be the best color for warm skin tones. I'm not sure. But if you wear a lot of makeup, you should know what colors look the most natural on you. Okay. So, just a little bit more color back. Yep, any color that I kind of took away when I powdered them, I may want to add back in. You know, how red your ears are varies a lot person to person. It can vary day to day. So, increase the redness with blush, decrease it with powder, until you get it looking the way you want. Here's the finished look. If you have any questions, post them in the comments. And check the video description below for the full list of all products used, as well as links to my other social media pages, including the Twitch schedule. I hope this tutorial was helpful, and thank you for watching.